So restoration, a lot of people have misconceptions over the word, and they think that when we say we do stone restoration, we're dealing with old listed properties and stuff that's falling into rack and ruin. And actually that's, that's more conservation rather than restoration. Restoration, what we're talking about is trying to restore a surface back to what it looked like when it was new. So a lot of stones we work with are less than 5 years old, and I mean some are more so, but what we're looking to do is actually remove the surface of the stone, get through the etch mark or the scratch mark, and then build up the levels of shine so that we can get something that looks brand new again. So the process is much like if you were sanding a wooden floor, or back from your school days when you were in woodwork, trying to make a piece of wood nice and smooth. We've got to go with an abrasive grit to start with, and then build up the levels finer and finer until we can get a polished surface. The grit level, all of these either have a level or a stage, but effectively it's the same process. Yeah, so grit is a measurement which is scratches per square inch. I think it might be American or just old school. But what we're looking for is the most aggressive or the most abrasive grit is a lower grit. So we start with a 60 or 120 grit, which makes grinding and resurfacing easier because you're going deeper, but it will still leave scratch marks in the floor. Or the worktop or the stone that we're working on. So what we're looking to do is with the first stage, we want to remove all the marks possible, and then every other stage of that we're effectively removing the marks that we put in with the stage before. So when you're working, you've got to be a bit clever to make sure you feather out towards the edges, or if you're using an edge machine, feathering in towards the middle of the floor, or the wall, or wherever you are, so that you're not getting that scratch pattern to stay there. We want to blend all the scratches out on each level that we use. Cleaning is a different method. Cleaning is chemical based. So if you're cleaning anything, you're using a mixture of chemicals, water and agitation to remove soils and dirt and potentially staining within a surface, whether it's a carpet, stone floor, wooden floor, lino. You're trying to remove the soils that have ingrained within that floor. So we get asked to do some cleaning work, and we can clean a floor. So we use a alkaline solution to try and break down the soils. We'll agitate that with plastic brushes, and then we'll rinse it and extract all of the waste. That gets rid of all the dirt, but what it doesn't do is it changes the structure of the stone. So if you've got patches that are worn, scratched or etched, they'll still remain after a clean. Effectively any stone. Cleaning you can do on anything. You've got to be a bit careful when you get into a sensitive marble or a travertine or a limestone. If you don't get your dilution ratios right, then you can actually do a bit more harm than good. If you go too strong, you can actually etch a surface, or you can dull the surface with the brushes. But cleaning you can do on anything. Most of our cleaning work is done on textured and riven tiles. So whether it's a slate, a sandstone, a flagstone, everything else we will use an element of restoration within the cleaning in order to get the best results. So the restoration side, we're often looking at marble, limestone and travertine are the main three. They're the ones that you can get great results polishing, or even very good results with a honed or a satin finish. And we do work on granites as well. They're a bit rarer to see on the floor, especially in domestic properties, but with worktops they come up really nicely.